these things that you might want to use. And in particular here, I'm going to take a look at the Syllabus Creation Tool. And you can see that because it has that little ribbon next to it, that it is one of those features that is available for subscribers for the fee for those people to be able to use. Anyway, was able to access that through that Brisk button, which we showed last time. And I have here just basically a Google Doc that highlights a course that I want to be able to teach. And I put in there the objectives of the course, where they can find the online textbook, and the 5 units of study that would make up that particular course. So I'm going to hit the Brisk button here, and I'm going to choose Create and select Syllabus for what I would like to do. So then it says, again, it shows you the tool that you're using, which is the syllabus. And it says, what should the syllabus cover, and to be as specific as possible. So I just wrote up a little bit of a description thing here about this particular course. It's actually one that I've taught before. So I have a good idea of what it should look like, I think, when it's done. But it's actually a dual credit class that a student would get both college and high school credit for taking. So the rigor of it should be pretty solid. I have these 5 units, which I actually included in that particular course, that also had an exam that would come at the end of each of those units, and some sort of a research-based or writing activity that would come for each unit. So I'm going to ask here Brisk Teaching AI to generate this for me. Now, since this is a college in the schools class, an upper level one, I'm just going to choose an upper level grade, for example, 12th grade. And it was a 1 semester class, which in our high school was 18 weeks. So I'm going to select that for the length of the class and then choose to brisk it. So what it's going to do is it is going to, because I did this on a Google Doc, it is creating this syllabus for me as I'm talking here on that same Google Doc that I had the outline of stuff before. So you can see that it included some of the objectives that I had, the textbook, and the different units that are associated with it. It gives me some ideas and expectations for student behavior, perhaps. And then it's breaking down the course into a week by week outline of what it should include. So I'll just go back here a little bit so that you could see some of the things that are in there. The course objectives. Here's again the link to the textbook that would be used. It breaks down and says, hey, chapters 1 through 3 really cover that first unit really, really well. It talks about there'll be just some basic things in here about exam and the research projects. It gives me suggested grading policies, which I could, of course, because it's a Google Doc, change any way that I want it to. And then it gives me some week by week breakdown. So it includes just kind of the basic bones outline of this here. But now what's cool with Brisk AI here is I can go back into Brisk AI and I can go and choose to create. Perhaps I would like to make a more specific plan for this first unit with the class discussions, activities, and the reading assignments. So like last time we showed lesson plan, I can go in and I could say, all right, give me a lesson plan here that would go along with chapter 1. And I wanted to include class discussion, and I wanted to include some sort of collaborative activity. I'm not going to redo that again because we already went over these things, but you can see it gives me a pretty good rough outline of what a syllabus should be able to show students at the outset of your particular course. Now, there's also another way to create a syllabus if you don't have, say, that Google Doc, or you haven't maybe taught that class before, but instead you have a different website perhaps that does contain a lot of the information that maybe you would like to include. So there's this great site here on American government. It comes from ushistory.org. That includes many of the same outline types of information here. It shows into 12 different chapters or sections that we have here. But I can also go into, and because Brisk works on any Google Doc, any website, I can go and choose to create here again a syllabus for a course that is going to be about this web page. And again, I could change it, maybe because this isn't for that dual credit. Maybe I want to make it a ninth grade class, but my semester is still the same, 18 weeks. So I'm going to choose to brisket for this one as well. And it opens up for me because it was a web page, a brand new Google Doc, and it is going to start creating it on this web page. You could see it called it a grade level 9 syllabus. And here it goes. So it's creating this based upon information that it's finding on that website that I was on. And so again, the objectives, a grading policy, expectations, and then goes into what some of those different weeks would entail. And as it builds it out here, you could see that it's including many of those different things. It's even because remember that one only had like what 12 different chapters or sections on it. So it found ways to build out some of those different sections and make them a little bit maybe more planned out over time. As that syllabus got created. So great little handy tool here to save you time, some foster some efficiency here. And even if this is just your starting point of putting together your syllabus for a course, maybe one you've never taught before, what a great time saver not to have to come up with all of that from scratch. So that is this feature here of creating a syllabus based upon the content that you have here.